Welcome to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show, brought to you by the wonderful folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hy-Vee in Osage Beach and Jefferson City, New Spring Wellness Center, Polylift Boat Lifts, and the great folks at Smokin' Jones and Jones Outpost. And welcome to the Lake Area High School Football Coaches Show. We're here at the home of the Lakers, the practice field. It's a breezy practice field today with the man, the myth, the legend, Coach Jeff Shore. And Coach, you went to Bolivar for the first time ever and pulled out quite the thrilling victory on Friday night.
Exciting game. It was, if you're watching it, I'm sure from the stands.
Not so much for the coach,
you're
right?
Yeah. So, no, it was good. Great place to play. We played at their college, which is purple.
Yeah.
So we felt at home there. So
wow.
that was nice. So, it was a really good place to play. Good, great crowd. We had a great crowd attend. They had a great crowd. So it was a really exciting ball game. And, it felt like we had it under control most of the way, but they just kind of hung on, and they got some lucky breaks to go their way to kind of keep them in it. And then we made some big plays there to really, finish it and win it.
That was the kind of game that you might not have won last year, that you were able to find a way to win this year. Is that just maturity, or is it luck, or what is that?
Well, we beat Kickapoo and Bolivar now, two teams that beat us last year. So,
right.
That always feels good. And I think experience. I think we learned a lot from the week before. I think our kids did a really good job, to their credit, to our players' credit, of really taking the things that the West Plains game didn't go well for us, the things that we didn't do well.
Yep.
And they really did a really good job of working on them this week in practice and then applying them in the game. I can give you a bunch of examples as we continue to talk here, but that's one thing I thought from that game. We took the stuff from last week and really grew from that, and it showed on the field Friday night and helped us win the ball game.
Who were your players of the game this week?
Cam Durnan had a fantastic game. He had 11 receptions for over 200 yards.
Wow.
Played a full game of defense. Ran a few quarterback draws in there too. He's taking him in for some different things. So he had a really good one. Bear had a really great ball game. Threw for almost 500 yards.
Wow.
I think looking on the stats, he's the leading passer in the state of Missouri now. So he really did a good job. And he made some mistakes and shook them off well. That's why I was proud of really mentally. He threw a couple picks and just got rid of them in his brain and kept firing and really came out and made some huge clutch plays. Cale Bentley came in and played some offense for us and hadn't played much for us up to this point. He's had some injuries, so on the offensive end did a really nice job. Kyle Edson had some great, fantastic highlight reel catches. I thought our receivers as a group played 5 as 1, I guess you'd say. Defensively, it was good to have Wiley Powers back. Wiley had 13 tackles, I think maybe 2 fumble recoveries.
Wow.
He was hurt the week before against West Plains, our top tackler on defense. So it was great to have him back. So, there's some guys there that really came out and had really good ball games.
The playoffs, hard to believe we're saying this, but the playoffs aren't that far off now. And your district is just amazingly difficult this year. Sometimes luck of the draw, it's not too hard. Other times this year you've got Lebanon 5-0, Glendale 3-1, Rolla 3-2. You guys, of course, 4-1. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a tough district this year.
It is. Branson's also in there, and they play in a tough conference in the COC. They play, Webb City, Carthage, Joplin, all those guys. So they're in that too. So they'll have had good competition. So we'll see how it shakes out. I think we're second ranked in our district right now, with Lebanon being first. Of course, we have them in a couple of weeks. So that'll be a big pivotal game on how the district standings show. So, and then Glendale and Rolla. So. And Hillcrest, in homecoming. So it's a lot of good football for us coming up.
They got some good games coming up, that's for sure. So we'll talk about this week's game and its homecoming. We'll do that right after this. It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
Polylift Boat Lifts. You've got your home at the lake and you found the perfect boat. Now to just make sure the boat bottom stays clean and up out of the water. Polylift Boat Lifts. We've been the lake's choice for reliable boat lifts for over 40 years, and we offer a lifetime warranty on our tanks. We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Have you heard of vitamin IV drips at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach? IV is a very efficient way to deliver all that goodness from vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, all in a hydrating fluid. Our IV drips can increase your energy level, your wellness, and help you feel great. We can accommodate groups in the comfort of our center in Osage Beach. However, we are excited to let you know that New Spring Wellness Center is also going mobile. Now you can save time and feel better by getting an IV vitamin boost at your event, like bachelor parties, weddings, golf outings, or even a company gathering. Call New Spring Wellness Center, and with a little pre-planning, we will come to you and boost your health.
Welcome back to the High School Football Coaches Show. We're talking with Camdenton Lakers coach Jeff Shore as Lakers are 4-1, getting ready for homecoming this week. And we've got Hillcrest this week. So what does Hillcrest bring to the table?
Hillcrest has struggled a little bit. They haven't won a game. Looking at them on film, they're still pretty athletic. They're just not. They're not quite as, I guess you say, fundamental. They're going to play. They're going to play some man-to-man defense. It looks like with 2 high safeties. And then on offense, they've got a 4-year starter. This kid started, played some as a freshman, and then at quarterback. So he's he's got a lot of experience there. So we just got to kind of buckle down and play our fundamental game against them, and make sure that we don't get caught up in the homecoming trap, where we're doing everything else but think about the ball game, which I don't think we will, and go out and play with a lot of excitement.
What does Hillcrest like to do? They throw the ball, run the ball? What do they do?
They're a little of both. There are a lot of doubles sets, and they'll run it and try to throw it out of that, but a little more predominant throw, from looking at film so far, and so that they're going to try to do it that way, and like I said, we'll get prepared for that and then and go play.
And what do you want to establish? You guys have that hurry up, fast pace, a lot of throwing, but you use the pass as a run in a lot of ways. So you kind of want to establish that?
Yeah, we kind of have to, just our fundamental offense that we play. I don't think that we'll do a lot of different trickery and different things. We just got to kind of work our system. Last week we did a great job of going fast. Really wore the other team out, rotated a bunch of different receivers and moved them around, and were able to really get the other team tired. They had a bunch of guys playing both ways, and I thought that really took effect in the 3rd and 4th quarter. So that'll be the same plan against Hillcrest. Their numbers aren't quite as good as ours. They don't have as many players just on the sideline dressed out, and so I think wearing them out is going to be one of the key factors.
And as I was looking at their games, their record. They don't have a great record, but they've lost to some really good teams. They've had a tough schedule. I mean, I think Lebanon, Glendale on there, so you can't take them lightly.
No, that's a great point. They've played all the tougher teams, I guess you say, in our conference. So they definitely have, and so that's a good thing we need to take into account as we go into Friday night.
Yeah, homecoming. Does that cause a distraction? Does that help get the guys amped up? What does that bring to the table?
I usually think it helps. I'm a big believer in that because, one of our mantras, I guess you'd say, is be the most excited to play. So you only get, we stress this all the time, you only get 10 games guaranteed. And, football is such a volatile sport as far as injury-wise and things like that. You're not guaranteed much of anything, really. You want to get out there and play and do the best you can for the moment you're on the field. And it's not a sport you can play after you're you can't play. You can play golf till you're 70. You don't line up and
Some
play
people
football.
can, I
Yeah.
can't, but
or tennis or whatever. Football is a very short, limited amount of time in your life. It's a very short window to play it. And so we really stress really taking each game and enjoying it to the max. So I like homecoming. I think it's a good time to play football.
Yeah, you remember your homecoming game, I'm sure, right?
Oh,
as a
I
senior?
think, well, I not really. No, I tried to play every game as most excited I could. So everyone was about the same.
There you go. Okay. So usually every week, if we have time, I ask you a fun question. I'm guessing your favorite coach of all time is probably your dad. Would that be true?
Yeah, that hands down, I would say, yeah.
Yeah. You grew up with him, you coached under him, and he's you take your dad out of the mix.
Okay.
Who is your favorite coach of all time?
Well, it'd have to be one of his assistants, Coach Silverwood or Coach Jim Pappy Perch. I don't go far from the Laker tree.
Wow.
So, yeah, those two guys, Coach Silverwood has been, part of my growing up since I was 5 years old, and I just really admire him, the way he coaches and the way he coached us, and Coach Perch, who's Pappy Hogg, the original Pappy Hogg, is just a unique guy who really made me also love football. So, those three guys right there are, bar none for me, the tops of the coaching world. And you figure those guys combined together won about 367 games or so, right at that mark. Most of those. So, that's a lot of games. You figure that's some of the best to ever coach football.
Have you always known you wanted to be a coach?
I don't know if I just didn't know if I could do anything else. That was the key, probably. So that was just the natural, the only other thing I could do. So when I got done playing, that's the only thing I could do. So, that's the only way to make a living.
Yeah. So basically, all along you've known you wanted to be a football. So did you watch your dad knowing that that's what you were going to do? You were going to take over?
Oddly enough, no, not really. I didn't like study him. I just enjoyed playing for him, and those guys. And so, when that got over, then I wanted to keep doing that. So that's how it came about.
Does he give you tips? You go home, he says, "What in the heck are you doing here?"
He does. He and I have a great relationship, and we really enjoy talking football. So we get some great time to talk football. I love having him on the sidelines on Friday nights. I can tell you some great stories about that, another time.
Oh.
But
we got to have you on the Spotlight Show. We're going to have you and your dad.
It would be fun. It would be a good time. But yeah, it's just it's a lot of fun, and I feel very fortunate that I've got to do a lot of great things with him. So I feel very lucky.
All right. Well, there you go. That is the man, the myth, the legend, Jeff Shore, Camdenton Lakers, homecoming this week against Hillcrest. We'll go over and talk Osage Indians right after this.
Have you heard of vitamin IV drips at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach? IV is a very efficient way to deliver all that goodness from vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, all in a hydrating fluid. Our IV drips can increase your energy level, your wellness, and help you feel great. We can accommodate groups in the comfort of our center in Osage Beach. However, we are excited to let you know that New Spring Wellness Center is also going mobile. Now you can save time and feel better by getting an IV vitamin boost at your event, like bachelor parties, weddings, golf outings, or even a company gathering. Call New Spring Wellness Center, and with a little pre-planning, we will come to you and boost your health.
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
Polylift Boat Lifts. You've got your home at the lake and you found the perfect boat. Now to just make sure the boat bottom stays clean and up out of the water. Polylift Boat Lifts. We've been the lake's choice for reliable boat lifts for over 40 years, and we offer a lifetime warranty on our tanks. We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
And welcome back to the Lake Area High School Football Coaches Show. As you can see, we have made our way here to Osage, home of the Indians. Coach Shannon Jolly with us. And Coach, you guys ran into a buzzsaw on Friday night. You had a Hallsville team, and boy, I tell you what, that team's got some talent.
Yeah, it's you know, they're playing extremely well this year, and Coach Conyer and those guys do a great job anyway. You know, moving over from Battle High School to Hallsville, I think he's really bred some life into that program. But you're right, they've got a lot of talented players. I mean, obviously I'm not going to beat ourselves up as far as some of the mistakes that we played, but we allowed ourselves to kind of be put behind the eight ball, you know, with a team that you just can't do that with. So yeah, we knew we were going to have a formidable opponent. I wished we would have handled the situation a little bit better.
It looked like that game was close, though. You know, the final score probably didn't indicate as close as it was, because it was like a 6-0 game for a long time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was 14-0 at half, but you know, none of that really matters at the end of the day. It's just we didn't play very well. I'm okay with losing a game if you got a better team, and I'm not so sure we would have beat that team Friday night. I was just disappointed in our effort, in our execution, I should say, probably even more. And we continue to get better in a lot of areas, but on some of those weeks you move forward in one area and slide back in another, and I felt like that was this week.
How frustrating does that get for you as a coach when you're dealing with that stuff? First year at the program, so you're still instilling a lot of stuff and everything, but does it ever get a bit frustrating when you see the same mistakes?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to create different patterns of behavior. I think most people would say that even in their lives with adults. Mm-hmm. But working with young men, first of all, that have created habits and patterns, it's tough to change. But, you know, we're privy to things that a lot of people can't see. And we just got done with our staff meeting. We were talking about it. Our kids have done, you know, an amazing job in so many areas. So when you ask me if it's frustrating on Friday night to not see some of the things that you've worked on, you know, come to fruition on Friday night. But we also have the luxury of seeing a lot of reinforced behaviors and positive things during the week. So 15 years, it'd be really frustrating. Right now, it's not as frustrating, but we can see some things being put in place.
Right, cool. Who were you most proud of on Friday night? Who were your players of the game?
You know, I don't know if we had players of the game. That's a hard one for me to wrap my head around. I'm just continue to be proud of a lot of our mannerisms. I think our kids are representing themselves better on the field, in between plays, after the game, and I know that's been a struggle for them. I think anytime you work this hard at something and you're emotionally invested, you have time invested, it's hard to work through some of the disappointing things, and I think our team's doing a lot better job with that. Now we just need to make sure that we're turning the volume up on the other side and making sure that we're doing what we need to you know, put ourselves out there.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm really impressed with this Tri-County Conference this year. It really looks stacked. So much talent. I mean, you've got Hallsville, 5-0. Boonville, very strong. You've got them this week. Blair Oaks, usually the power of the conference. They've got a loss. So there is a lot of good talent this year.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what you want. I mean, coming back here, I knew that was going to be the case. And even the teams that weren't as strong when I was here before are now have strength, and I don't think the teams that are struggling are going to struggle for too long. You know, success breeds success, and when you're playing good teams, I think you know each week that you're going to have to prepare accordingly. So I just look at it as a healthy situation. I don't want to root for anybody in our conference until we're done playing, but when you continually see teams in our conference deep in the playoffs or winning state championships, you know you're in the right conference to be in. I'm not a guy that wants to move on week 10 by playing an inferior team and moving on one extra week and then running into something that you can't handle. It's putting the process together throughout the season. I think this conference allows you to do that.
Absolutely. So you had a tough one against Hallsville Friday night, and you got another tough one coming up this week. You got a Boonville team, and we will talk more about that right here on the High School Football Coaches Show with Coach Jolly right after this. It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Have you heard of vitamin IV drips at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach? IV is a very efficient way to deliver all that goodness from vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, all in a hydrating fluid. Our IV drips can increase your energy level, your wellness, and help you feel great. We can accommodate groups in the comfort of our center in Osage Beach. However, we are excited to let you know that New Spring Wellness Center is also going mobile. Now you can save time and feel better by getting an IV vitamin boost at your event, like bachelor parties, weddings, golf outings, or even a company gathering. Call New Spring Wellness Center, and with a little pre-planning, we will come to you and boost your health.
Polylift Boat Lifts. You've got your home at the lake and you found the perfect boat. Now to just make sure the boat bottom stays clean and up out of the water. Polylift Boat Lifts. We've been the lake's choice for reliable boat lifts for over 40 years, and we offer a lifetime warranty on our tanks. We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
Welcome back. High School Football Coaches Show. Coach Shannon Jolly with the Osage Indians. Coaches Show, by the way, brought to you by the great folks at COMC, Hy-Vee, both in Osage Beach and Jefferson City, New Spring Wellness Center, Polylift Boat Lifts, and Smokin' Jones and Jones Outpost. Yeah, it's good. So we have Boonville coming up this week. The Pirates are 4-1. We got to cover their game at California last Friday, and they've got some pretty impressive players on that Boonville team.
Yeah, they're extremely athletic. I think Coach has done a great job with those guys. I mean, Boonville has historically been known for having some really talented athletes. And I think Coach has done a good job of putting them in the right places. I mean, they're well coached, and they get after you. So we're going to have our hands full. But we just, as we talked about in our staff meeting, is just you want to demand respect from a team like that. You want to come in and be super physical and get after them and not be hesitant, and understand that you set the expectations early and understand that we're going to go in there and compete and give our best attempt to win that game.
Yeah, absolutely. They can run the ball. I mean, they beat Blair Oaks a couple weeks ago. I think their quarterback ran for over 200 yards. They can run the ball. They can throw it a little bit. What are you guys going to have to do to try and slow them down?
Well, it's a time management issue now. It's in a game like this, in football terms, is keep the ball away from them. And what that's done is to ball control. You'll see a strong dose of our inside run game, and we're going to work hard as we can to run the ball and to try to, like I said, move the sticks. We'll be a little bit more methodical, if you will, and try to get longer play drives and those types of things so we can keep the ball out of their hands. I think, this Sunday you listen to them talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, and everybody that talks about playing the Chiefs talks about keeping the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hand.
Yeah.
And our goal, and it goes all the way down, is just making sure we're doing the things to use the clock and to take the things that we can and use them towards our advantage.
How is team confidence at this point in the season?
That's a tough one. Nobody likes to lose. I mean, we won our first 2 games, and now we lost 3. It's just, it's part of it. I don't know. You'd probably have to ask our kids that. I think they haven't shown me any signs of quit. They haven't shown me any signs of being frustrated like that. I think everybody wants to win, but I think they also know that nothing's going to be given and everything's going to be earned, and we'll reap what we sow. And so hopefully they'll come in and we'll continue to work.
perfect life lesson. That's why sports are so important, especially at the high school ages, for kids to learn those lessons. So you've got a big thing. You've started up a program called Next Man Up. Helps young men, right? Not necessarily just football players, but just young men. And you do a dinner the first Wednesday of every month. So it's coming up next week, and you've got some big speakers coming up this time around.
Well, we've been fortunate to put this together, and each month we'll have some keynote speakers come in, and I know Jason Whittle has been gracious enough to come in and speak this week. And
former NFL player.
Yeah, next week. And Coach Pinkel was here last month, and those types of things. So it's just another way for us to continue to extend the playing field out and help our kids get what we need. And like I said, it's a way for us to supplement some of the things that maybe some of them aren't getting, not necessarily at home, but in their personal life, and learning some things outside of football. So I know it's been very rewarding for me. And Brian Grubel, who's our director and a former player of mine. So being able to collaborate with him and put it together for our kids has been phenomenal.
Yeah, and you do this every month, first Wednesday of the month, and I think you've been doing it here at the School of the Osage for the first couple of times, and then you're planning on moving it around in upcoming months.
Yeah, this month Jason's going to come in and talk about domestic health as our topic of discussion, and talking about what it looks like to be a great husband and a great father, and I think he could be one of the best representatives of that.
Yep.
And so we're looking forward to listening to him and really kind of having a grassroots type conversation and speaking engagement where these kids can not only hear about topics that are important, but actually see and get to meet some of the people that are walking the walk. And we're fortunate to have Jason coming in.
It's pretty cool. A guy in your position, you're a head coach, where people look up to you and you're able to put a program like this together. That's a pretty special thing.
But you said it, you talk about people looking up to you. The whole thing is, I want to make clear is I don't want people looking up to me because I hold a position. This is something later on in my career that's come about, but I want my legacy and some of the things that we do here to be for the right reasons off the field as well, and not just because we hold a position. As Brian McKenzie said, what you do is not who you are. But so we've really kind of grasped onto that. He spoke in the first month, and I think that's a great way to put it, is trying to differentiate what you really want. And if you want to be transformational and you want to teach kids off the field, then you need to be doing things off the field.
Absolutely. That's Coach Shannon Jolly, Osage Indians at 4-1 Boonville on Friday night. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you very much.
That is your high school football coaches show, brought to you by COMC, Hy-Vee in Osage Beach and Jefferson City, New Spring Wellness Center, Poly Lift Boat Lifts, and Smoke and Jones Outpost.